Hello everyone, welcome to another unboxing. Today is Ex Libris. Let's see what's in the box. I will state, as I open this, I have played Ex Libris. This is a second edition of Ex Libris. I have played the first. We actually tried to buy the first, but then we got it and it was missing components because we bought it used. And it was actually a much bigger box. So let's find out what's in this box and why is it so much smaller. I'm assuming is because they decided to go with thin pieces. Anyway, so the rule book is 18 pages, but that's the credits. Let's see, it looks like there's learn to play with the video. A lot of games are doing videos now. Maybe I can get in on that one day, one of these days in the future. Oh, things are they're like printed now. Components. So that seems to be an upgrade. What? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. And you can see the rule book. But yeah, the whole point of this game is that you're basically building a small library of mystical and mythical books. But it's really fun because they're also all play on like words or actual things. What is this? Oh, this is like a little player aid of what all of the locations do. 18? Yeah. That's wait, yeah, 9 times 2. That might, a little dry erase scoreboard, which I like. I can't remember. Yeah, there's a little indicator in the top right, which. So I'm gonna assume, yeah, because this looks more like a solo situation, and this is a multiplayer. Put your name of the players at the top. So I didn't even go over that. It is 1 to 4 players. 45 minutes, roughly. Here are all the locations that you can go to. I gotta pull out the main board. Wait, where's the main board? Where's the main board? Is that might be? Oh, yeah, I found the main board. In the original game, there were some locations or things that kind of told you it was kind of like a player aid, and it was like, oh yeah, things that you have to kind of deal out. Like there's a banned book, so there are minus points for each type of that book, and it's a random type situation. And then it's like, oh, you get some points here and points there for doing certain things or whatever. This was just one fold board. Now it's broken up into whatever this is. And then we have, let's see, the player boards, which, let's see if they took away a component to the original game, if I remember correctly, because everyone had a very generic, everyone's the same kind of board, and then on the flip side, I believe, if I remember correctly, they had like specialized, so it could be asymmetric. It's like for various type monsters and stuff. They took that away, but that's okay, because I mean, as long as you have one new player, odds are you're going to be playing with the base game anyway, without asymmetry. And then you have all the different locations as was on this little player aid and what they all do. Yeah, we were missing some of these, which is why we have an incomplete old copy. And they're much smaller and thinner than the older copy. So yeah, the idea is it's a worker placement game where, as I mentioned, you're building a library with books. Here's your book cards. There's all kinds of like a monster manuals and stuff like that, spell books, while I try to open this, let's look and see. They're all in alphabetical order to some degree, like each card represents a letter, and then it tells you a little number, like this one's 5 out of 10, meaning there are 10 cards with B on them. That is kind of the fifth one. Hence, it's behemoths at your riches. No, behests. I don't know. That's clearly a reference to something. The benefits of benevolence. Let's see, GB, it's 10, so it's going to be like BU, bygone times remembered. But hocus pocus for better focus. History's biggest boneheads. But I do know like some of them are actual, like, I'm trying to think, like Lord of the Rings, but not Lord of the Rings. It's like Lord of the Beast kind of thing. It's like, and I mean the card quality is pretty good. I believe these are smaller too. They have shrunk the cards because if I remember correctly, it's been a while. But the original game had regular sized playing cards. As you can see, based on how they fit in my hand, they're just a tad smaller. Just one. Tad smaller than regular sized playing cards. One of 3 Qs, Queen, Kong, Queens behind the scenes. But yeah, so there's all kinds of letters and stuff, and you're building a grid of books. Your little tiny library. Yeah, tabs. Sometimes they agree with you, sometimes they don't. And that means at the back here they are. I was looking for these. That's all the books, but then you have the types and the wizard. Oh, okay. I mentioned that earlier. They have not removed it. I was wondering, I was like, wasn't the cube like a special character? I couldn't remember. But first of all, here's the different types. We have the corrupted codex, the fantastical fictions, historic volumes, monster manuals, reference text, and spells and potions. Because these, you shuffle them up, and then you deal one to the banned books, and the one that gets you extra points. And then everyone else will get one, I believe, because you will get bonus points like this might be banned, this might be the special book, and then this might be my secret goal card. So I'll get an extra point for each one of these types in my library. But these are new cards, but old things, because it looks like these are the special characters that make the game asymmetric that I was mentioning. They just decided not to have an asymmetric board with their deal printed, which is probably cheaper just to have it all on a card and then just use the basic player board. That will never change to help. Instead of having to print out another board for every special asymmetric character for like expansions and stuff. But then you have the gelatinous cube, as I mentioned. Let's actually look at these just for a second, because you have the gelatinous cube. You also have the wizard, which is going to be this guy here. Then we have the mummy and the witch, special characters. Not sure. Here's the witch, the little witchy hat. And then here's the mummy. And then the other basic gnomes that you would play if non-symmetric. Symmetrically, yes. And of course it supplies a dry erase board for dry erase marker for the dry erase scoreboard. I'm not sure what this is. Probably a first player marker or something. Not sure. That's something I'll have to look into. But yeah, that has been unboxing of a second edition of Ex Libris. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.